So boring, he date rapes women using small talk. Toby has degrees in psychology and computer science, because how else will he create a robot to love him?
Doug doesn't keep track of how many women he's slept with. The courts do it for him.
Just stick it in the hole.
Tell me about it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event of Roast Battle! Roast Battle just wants to thank their sponsor, LASpeedweed.com. When you need your weedy speedy, speedweed.com. And now, bringing back to the stage, the roast master of Roast Battle, Brian motherfucking Moses!
Battle! Battle! Yeah! Louder! 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 Come on! Yeah! Woo! All right. Fucking Christ! That was so much stand-up. If you guys don't behave, I'll bring Pat back to the stage, I promise. Oh, anyway, make love for Coach T in the back.
Coach T.
All right. Hey, welcome to Verbal Violence. This is the podcast where we explore and go in depth about the roast battle every Tuesday night at the world-famous Comedy Store. I am joined by Coach T. Am I right?
Good morning, folks.
Oh, now it's morning.
Yeah, I mean, when they hear it, it'll be morning.
And then we're actually inside Frank Castillo's home. What up, Frank?
Hey, I cleaned.
The mobile podcast. You did clean. I've never seen it this good looking.
I know. It was a lot of work. I
Isn't
mean,
it?
I didn't do it, but it was a lot.
It's a really nice apartment.
Yeah, it is. Good location.
For Hollywood? How can you afford this, Frank?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Dude, it's like, I mean, we got in super lucky. It was just like I ran into the lady before she even had, the other people had moved out. It's rent controlled and everything, so we just got lucky.
Oh, shit.
The lady before here lived here for like 10 years.
Nice.
Oh,
Most of these
It's
people
called
don't
Bargain
leave.
Hunting, the podcast. This will be fun.
I'm with it. I'm with it.
And then
Who
today
we got,
our guest today is he's feared. Feared. It's Toby Muresianu. Hi,
Thank
Toby.
you. Muresianu. I hate to do that,
Muresianu,
guy.
sorry.
Yeah.
Are you Italian?
Romanian.
Oh.
Gross.
Yeah. I know. Tell me about it.
Like that lettuce nobody likes.
What's that?
Like that lettuce nobody likes.
Really?
Romanian, yeah.
Romaine.
Romaine lettuce.
I thought you were saying maraschino, like the cherry.
No,
I went into
yeah.
lettuces as well.
So how you doing, Tobias?
Doing all right. Doing all right.
I know
Good
you
to
hate
hear.
to be called Tobias. That's why I did it.
Oh, I don't mind being called Tobias. I get all kinds of nicknames.
The thing is, at least every, I don't know, 5 years I watch Oz, and it's the only other Tobias that I've ever seen in my life. So I kind of get a kick out of saying that name.
Really? Okay.
Are you familiar with his role in Oz?
I don't. I usually get the Arrested Development character.
Right, I was going to say, that's what I
Tobias
know.
Buchanan.
The Tobias I know.
But this
Tobias Beecher? Mm-hmm. The one who he came in, he was calm, white, and they kind of turned him out. That's what you're the calm version. You're season 1 Tobias.
Okay, I got to watch that now.
You might not want to, but
Okay, good to know.
all right. What are we doing here? What was this?
We're talking about Toby. Toby, give some background on you, man. Like, how should we know you? Why do we know you? And how'd you get started in the roast battle?
Well, I'm from Boston originally.
Yeah,
and,
white power.
White power. Grew up in Boston, and
What was that like for you? I mean, you're Romanian, but were you Irish Catholic like everybody else?
No, I'm 0% Irish, but I look Irish. People always assume that I'm
You look like
Irish.
you're from Boston.
Yeah, but no, 0%. I'm half Jewish, and then my dad's side, Romanian Catholic.
So you escaped to the motherland, Los Angeles.
Yeah, I actually, a lot of my families ended up in LA, even though none of us were originally from there. Mostly it's just East Coasters.
Okay.
But anyway, I feel like you asked the big question, so I'm trying to
keep
where do
going.
I even start, you know?
All right, so you're half Jewish from Boston. Like, what is that like growing with all those Catholic people? Because I know that the Catholic Church runs Boston.
You know, I grew up in a little Jewish suburb, so it was like, it was. I didn't even realize that most people weren't Jewish. Like I went to a Jewish summer camp, and I just thought it was a regular summer camp until like years later when people were like,
camp.
yeah, exactly. I was like, no one got striped pajamas. Come on, that's the best part. That's our camp uniform.
That's the best part. Camp is a whole different thing. Like, camp is the only thing I know because of TV. You, Coach, you know anything about camp?
I went to a Christian camp once.
Christian camp?
Yeah, I did a lot of like Save This Negro type projects.
Okay.
Like I was always taken to weird. Like I went to Mormon churches for like.
Really? Oh, you're from Ridgecrest. Yeah.
No, I'm just saying. Like every time white people saw me, it was like, "Hey, man, save this kid."
Right.
You know what I mean?
Like
it
the
was
blind side.
Yeah, I have a lot of blindside moments. So I went. I went to 2 camps, and they were cool. I liked it. That shit is crazy. Like, it's something that it only works for white people. I feel like because
I feel like that too. I don't think you could actually have a camp full of black kids, especially like inner city youth black kids.
We're too with it. You know, we're too mischievous. I feel like because it's like over there, it's like you spin the bottle, but with us, it's be like.
Who's fucking?
Exactly.
For real though. Spin the bottle. We're putting that. Who we putting that bottle inside of?
Yeah.
Where'd the bottle go?
Yeah. Oh, fill that bottle back up.
So we got David Deary.
Yeah. Okay.
Who?
Big mustache pizza guy.
Yeah, we know.
Only had cum and rape jokes and pedophile jokes.
Yeah, he battled Dan Nolan, so that was a couple episodes ago.
Right, Dan, our favorite junkie.
David
Ex-junkie.
Yeah, David Deary is. How would you describe him, Toby? Like as far as.
Well, I got about 150 jokes describing him, but he's like, I think I called him. Well, I won't spoil the punch if they're doing a joke that we're about to hear, if we're gonna hear it. But he's hipstery. He's older. He's like, he's got like it's like a cross between. I don't want to say pedophile mustache because everyone says pedophile mustache, but it is kind of a pedophile mustache. It's like a cross between that and like a cop mustache. And then he's just like got like kind of like a hat that's kind of like faded and like a messenger cap or something like that. And he's like an artist. He's kind of like a crusty old artisty type.
Right, like a beatnik.
Yeah, beatnik. That's it. That's the word we're looking for.
This is the main event. You guys are done judging. It's all about these three right here. So let's get to it. This is probably the most white battle we're probably ever going to have in history. You're welcome, Earl. First kid I'm bringing to the stage, he's a pizza man. He's over 40. We don't know why he's doing that still. He produced Tony Hinchcliffe's Netflix special, so you can blame him for that. Folks, make it loud for David Deary. Yeah, with Deary, with you, it was just all cum or pedophile jokes.
Yeah, I remember that.
Or rape jokes. It was insane. It's like it was telegraphing every pass. You're just like, another cum joke, another kid pedophiling joke, another this. It was actually 7 undercards. Good job. Hey, good job, Coach, by the way. One time for Coach T, everybody.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Coach T.
Welcome back.
Thanks, man.
Why Toby Muresianu?
Toby? Oh, he's amazing. Toby's great. He's one of my favorite roasters. I believe he's ranked number 6, right?
You tell me.
He's ranked number 6, I believe. And, if there's one thing I love, it's beating a 6.
It took a minute to get there, but all right. Let's meet this cat. Boston.
Took an hour and a half to get there.
So that's beautiful work. Toby Muresianu, everybody.
Thank you.
Yeah, sorry. God damn it. I know. Trust me, I know. Oh, hi, Toby.
How's it going?
Nice to see you again. Saudi, anything to add?
This looks like the president of the Young Republicans Club going against Freddie Mercury poisoning.
You are the Steph Curry of hatred. God damn, it's always 3-pointers. Why are you battling this cat?
David posted on Facebook asking for someone to battle him, and no one responded. So I did. I don't really have anything to gain, but it was nice to grant an old man's dying wish.
Professionals. All right, it's 3 rounds. First round's tit for tat. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Fuck yeah. Toby, David, let's roll.
David's a hipster and a pedophile, so he fucks girls 5 years before it's cool.
Toby's style can be described as dry and white, just like the cum on his chin.
David was a mediocre graffiti artist, skateboarder, and DJ. You're like the son you're old enough to be the disappointed father of.
Toby's got the personality of the sock his father should have shot him into.
David's wife writes science fiction about an alternate universe where he pays rent.
I hate you. Toby's not Catholic, but he sure acts like he's been touched by his father.
What?
No, he got one more joke.
Keep it going! Wow. Audience, you're so good tonight, by the way. Yeah, they were like, oh.
How would you describe your comedy and your perspective, and how do you feel about that stuff?
How did Boston mold you?
How did Boston mold me? Yeah. I think. I mean, are we talking in general about race stuff, or are we we can. If we get there, we can. Just okay.
How did you get started in stand-up?
I got into stand-up because I always wanted to do something with comedy my whole life. I always loved funny movies. Me and my friends, we go to sleepovers watching Airplane, I'm Gonna Get You Sucker, all these. It's just we just want to watch funny movies.
By the way, love that you dropped that in there. I don't know if it's because we're in the room, but I really appreciate that.
That crossed my mind, but it was legitimately I've seen that movie 7 times.
It's so
you know
funny.
what I mean? It was such a good movie.
Oh, slapstick, spooky movies like that, like Airplane. I really love what the Wayans brothers did. I don't think they get enough credit.
Yeah. No, that was a classic. But I would just read books of cartoon strips, Calvin Hobbes, Foxtrot. I thought I'd be a cartoonist actually.
Really?
But then
so political.
Yeah. Well, I've always been not always been kind of political, but I've always been interested in causes and stuff like that. I was a vegetarian since I was 10 years old.
Really?
Yeah.
This is good.
I know, right?
Open it up.
You only get whiter.
How did you? What's up with the vegetarian?
Got a Roth IRA since I was 7. What? Roth IRA? What is that? Talk to me.
Why vegetarian? You have no relapses, no slip ups.
Not intentionally. There have been 1 or 2 times when I've eaten a piece of pizza and there was it was a vegetables on top, but there was a little pepperoni, and I was shit.
Yeah, maybe with anchovy or something.
What's the motivation on the vegetarian?
Basically, and I try not to preach to people or everything.
Please,
believe whatever you want. But for me, I don't want to take an animal's life for something as trivial to me as a meal choice. If I can just eat peanut butter and jelly and not take an animal's life, I'm gonna eat peanut butter and jelly. That's my thinking.
I hear you. My concern is, how did that happen at 10? Because at 10, you're like, what the fuck? Mom, where's the beef, right?
Yeah. I think it was actually easier then because I didn't have a sophisticated palate. I was eating hot dogs and tuna casserole and bagels. So it's whatever. I'll just eat cheese pizza instead of pepperoni pizza. So but my brother actually stopped eating red meat for some reason. He was older, and he have since is now a total meat guy. But he's very different from me. But like, so I was already like had made that decision. Then I started like questioning it, and I read some like books about the environment and stuff, and I got very into like saving the world, and most of that stuff I've forgotten about.
Crazy.
No, but vegetarianism has always been something that's stuck with me.
I'm
still environmental, but not actively.
I had an ex-girlfriend who was like that. The reason she doesn't eat meat, she's a vegan because of all those things. She's not willing to take an animal's life.
I should be a vegan, honestly. Like if I was like really that moral, because I morally feel like I shouldn't be.
Yeah, you shouldn't like.
I shouldn't be
because they're still torturing milk and eggs. You know what I mean? So
yeah, it's not pretty. Almost. I usually get cage-free eggs, but then the other day Ralph's was selling 18 cruelty-intensive eggs for $1, and I was like, "Fuck it, those poor chickens."
That's interesting, man. How are your parents then? Are your parents evolved? Are they as woke as you?
Well, they're both professors, so they were professors. So
it's all making sense.
Exactly.
Now.
Yeah. Only gets whiter.
So what do they teach? Hold on, let me try to guess just because I think it's cool. I'm gonna assume that they teach something with like in the social science realm.
Well, my dad taught history, so that's kind of it's kind of there.
Okay.
My mom taught English creative writing.
Oh, that's definitely.
Yeah.
That's definitely introspective, and they tend to lead liberal. Although you don't come off as a scary liberal guy.
I don't
they're
think
all teachers out there.
I mean, I don't think I am particularly. Well, I'm kind of liberal. I'm more left-leaning, but I'm kind of in the center and stuff. And I try to like be outspoken about.
Yeah,
that.
I was scanning, some of your podcasts a while ago, and somebody was talking about you being political. So what's your back? Do you write political comedy or?
I do, yeah. So I run a show called Unsafe Space, which is where people do stand up on controversial topics. And then there's a response from experts who work in the field and a discussion with the audience. I was telling Moses about it earlier. So we do like a monthly live show for that. And
you do a monthly live show for that?
Yeah.
We gotta check it out, actually.
That sounds right up our alley.
Yeah, please.
Yours.
Yeah, it sounds like some verbal violence content. We'll have a meeting after this.
yeah.
Round 2 is a little bit different. 30 seconds apiece. Spend as many jokes as possible in a lot of time. David, you lost the first round. Do you want to go first or defer to Toby?
I'll defer.
All right. Toby, you're up. You ready?
Yep.
You have to be ready. It's fucking 1 a.m. Let's roast!
When David dropped out of high school, people said he'd amount to nothing. But now he's a 43-year-old pizza chef and open mic comedian, which is technically less than nothing. David, you're like hipster Luigi. Because you're Italian, you eat mushrooms, and you're the least successful member of your family. David's so old, his next battle is against colon cancer.
Toby, you're so fucking boring. You look like you teach improv classes at the Uptight Citizens Brigade. By the way, your stand-up makes women feel like getting fingered behind a dumpster wouldn't be all that bad. You're like a Division III college quarterback. You're super white, super boring, and best known for your raping.
Topical.
Let me keep the fucking mic.
Keep it going for Toby, everybody. And David. David's so good. All right. Rape and cum all the time, huh? That's all you got? All right.
So I hear you like Trump?
I'm not a Trump fan. I am a centrist. I guess like the most controversial thing. I have posted about some race stuff and like not a super.
I remember this, yeah.
Oh, this is great.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just like I'm always nervous about talking about it on recorded medium.
Right.
But like, it's true. Like I have posted about that, and I think there are misunderstandings, and I think there's rhetoric that gets overheated on both sides about specifically police brutality.
Mm-hmm. So is the police brutality you think it's worse than being represented, or it's being overrepresented?
I think very specifically, police shootings and police killings are overrepresented because I think that I've looked in very extensively to the statistics, and if you look at the statistics, there is no demonstrable racial bias in police shootings of armed people, which is the vast majority of police shootings.
Right.
Amongst unarmed people, black people are disproportionately targeted. That is, I think there's like 32 black people who were shot and killed by police in 2015, and 38 white people, or those numbers could be reversed. But, proportionally to their share of crime and population, that's disproportionate. But I think
people. That's crazy.
What's that?
It's like 6 people.
Yeah.
What do you mean, like 6 people?
I mean, like if you're reversing the ethnicities, it's like if it's white, you know what I mean? It's like it's 38 or 32, and if it's black, it's 38 or 32. I mean, it's only between the 6 people.
Yeah, but the difference is it's like we're like what 8% of the population.
Right.
12%.
12.
14
or 14.
Are you sure it's 14?
I think it's 13 point.
Well,
I know it's dropping.
Hold on, I don't count light skin.
So dark-skinned brothers are maybe.
And I know it's hard because brothers always give these white people a hard time, but I agree, man. As a matter of fact, we said on the show, I don't know if it made it because we do so much editing. I was like, as a Negro, you have an obligation to stay alive, and at this point, you need to move a certain way. You know what I mean? Like, I know it's probably not right, but at the same time, it's not happening in my life, so I'm always trying to figure out what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I ain't been pulled over in I don't know how long. But I had to change certain things in my life. But I don't understand. Like I don't walk out the door feeling like, oh my God, I'm gonna get shot by the police if I don't da 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 da. But if I see them around me, I'm aware of biases and I gotta move a certain way. But I don't think it's his biggest problem. I don't think you should be kneeling to the national anthem if you're a backup quarterback. if you're starting, I understand.
I mean, I don't think it's a bad protest. But by the way, because literally all it's doing is getting the conversation started. You know what I mean?
Okay, here's my
helping his marketing. So
here's. You ever notice the light-skinned people are the most active though?
Yes.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it happens in comedy too. It's very funny you say that.
They're the most. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Like you don't. Come on,
nigga. You feel me? Like wait. Hold on. Should I be offended by you saying this? I don't know. How much percent? You know what I mean?
Well, I guess what my issue is like. And I have like a mixed relationship, or I've had in the past a mixed relationship with MLK. I used to think he was just, up until probably 4 years ago, I just thought he was too soft. But now I completely understand it, and I think that's the more powerful move. But I just thought, I was like, I was more some Malcolm X shit. But I'm like, oh, that's really not going to
You had to read both biographies as a kid, I'm telling you. It changed your life because you're like, all right, I like Malcolm X in the movie. I like Denzel Washington. I thought it was so cool. It was really portrayed as a kid watching Malcolm X. I think as a black kid, especially in the 90s, you were like, oh, yes, this is what I'm talking about. But then you read about Martin Luther King in comparison to those two, you're like, and then you saw what happened to Malcolm in his later life where he was just not about violence. So it's like you progress into that because it's a smarter choice. You don't want to be around people with chips on their shoulders all the time.
You're right. It took me a while to get there, but that's absolutely right. But the one thing that if you really study MLK, I feel like he had plans, like he had ideas. And right now I'm seeing a lot of Black Lives Matter type stuff. And like Kaepernick, I'm like, okay, cool, you're getting a conversation, but the conversation is out there. So like, what's the next step?
Yes.
It's like MLK was like, hey, we're going to sit and protest, but we're also trying to get this legislation passed, and we're putting pressure on our politicians. And I'm like, what are we doing? And I don't know if it's.
I think that's the problem I have too with what's going on. I mean, I appreciate protests.
Yeah, I totally agree. Like, I mean, it's funny because. Kaepernick starting the conversation, but we've been having this conversation.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Since Trayvon, or at least since Michael Brown.
Yeah. And then, people have this conversation now, but it always focuses on, well, should he have kneeled for the flag? And, to me, it's like, well, we'll read the actual points he's making and decide whether it is a point or not. Don't just argue about this meaningless, he kneels for the flag. That doesn't affect me. You know what I mean?
What is the end game? Because I haven't heard it yet from Black Lives Matter or anybody. I mean, I do respect and I appreciate it, but I want to know what's the end game here. Right. Is there legislation we're trying to pass?
There's nothing because we can't even. I don't get it.
You just want us to stop killing black kids? Like, what if they're in the wrong though?
But at 38, I'm not mad at 38. I don't see 38's a problem, but I mean, it ain't an epidemic. Because I'm like, it ain't none of my people. It's not gonna happen. And I'm like, I'm looking at the things that I'm pursuing. Like, I get that part, and I know that the 38 represents larger biases as far as who they patrol and sentencing and things like that. Like, I get it, but I'm like, what's the answer to that? Like, I have some ideas, but I'm in Frank's house on a microphone, so
right. I'm not kneeling in a flag in front of thousands of people. The night's gonna continue. Sorry, it's been a long night. Woo! Round 3. Saudi, anything to add before we go to this last round?
I think there's been enough bombing from over there. I'm gonna go ahead and just let this fucker keep moving.
Okay.
For once,
We're
let's
having
let this
fun.
plane land.
All right, back to
fake
tip.
accent.
Back to tit for tat. Back to tit for tat. We're tied up. Earl, who's going first this round?
Guys from Rancho Cucamonga.
God damn it, man.
Go ahead.
Thanks, Dad. Let's see, who went first? Did Toby go first? I love Dave. I want to see what he can do first.
Fuck yeah, last round of the evening. We ready? David, Toby, let's roast.
He does kind of look like a young Donald Trump, said the 16-year-old girl to the police officer.
David's act is technically rape because the audience falls asleep, but he keeps going.
Ice Cube to set. Ice Cube to set.
Well, Toby likes to sit on his hand before he masturbates because it gives him that authentic feeling of sex with something unconscious.
David's face is the last thing a black person sees before they're gentrified out of their neighborhood.
Toby's face is like a saltine cracker. It's white, it's boring, and one time at college, a circle of drunk dudes jerked off onto it. No one likes me.
Dave's 43, but when he goes to auditions, he says, "Where do you want the pizzas?"
Jesus. It's like American Black Horror Story. Jesus Christ, you guys.
You got that right.
Keep it going for round 3. That was great.
Hell yeah.
I think I got the pool on that. You did 6 cum jokes? How many was it?
I'm too tired to count, man. I got to be at the pizza shop in like 45 minutes. Let's just fucking go.
That's a good point. Self-deprecating.
Let's fucking go.
All right, Gary, you're
We're
first.
hiring if you need a job.
Yo, how fucking dare you? I work at Warner Brothers, bitch. I gotta tell you.
Not tonight. Not tonight, you don't.
He drives the golf cart. Chill out, everybody.
I swear to God, I'm getting heckled from the audience. That guy folding his arms, great negative body language. Thank you, sir, for sitting in the front row. Obviously heading back to his Airbnb after the fucking show. Let me just say this.
Guys,
faggots,
stop interrupting him. It's just going to get longer.
I got to tell you, Moses.
Yes, sir.
I loved Toby. I loved him. He came out strong. He came out punching. Yeah, I loved him.
Take it.
Thank you, all nigga wave.
All right.
Even they're too
Toby.
tired. Yeah. Toby, okay. Earl.
I love Dave, but Toby was just a little bit better in all 3 rounds, in my opinion.
Okay. Stephen Byrne, make it official.
Yeah, Toby takes the gold.
And this ends the longest night in roast battle. Folks, make it loud for Toby Muresianu! Hug each other.
You know what? You got a little, you got a little back to you. You know what I mean? A little back. Like I could kind of tell because you look very meek, very approachable. Credit scores through the roof. But then you got like this. You can see that. I can fucking tell. Trust me. I can tell.
Shows your character.
Yeah. Well, I'm assuming. By the way, I can't. I mean, who knows? He could be like a closet or whatever. But
thanks for that.
He's got a Providence shirt on. I don't think he's.
I wouldn't be in the closet. I'd be open. If I was like freak or something. Bro.
Yeah. Like he means like in the closet, like about being broke or about being rich.
No. I mean like
gay.
like a devious behavior. Like
deviant. Oh yeah, of course. He's a comic. Yeah, he's got devious behavior.
I'm not into really deviant shit. You know.
I wouldn't put it. I think his hands are probably the cleanest hands in the belly room. He's got to be one of the top 5 cleanest. People.
Really?
When he goes in the belly room, think about who's there.
That's true.
When he shows up
Jokes
to battle,
are clean, hands are clean.
You know what I mean? And so
I think Joe Dosh probably has cleaner hands than me.
Come on, that's
maybe not. I take that back. But he washes them.
Yeah, there you go.
But I think you have a little bow too. I think you got a little back to you. I don't think you're a big back down kind of guy. You know what I mean?
You're gonna make a great rabbi.
I think you have a fight. So with that said, how did you get involved with the battle?
Well, you know, growing up later, I always was like the quiet one, and I thought of like, oh, this is the line I should have said, or if I was angry at someone, I'd think of jokes. So that's actually kind of like what got me into stand up later. I think was like, I know I'm funny, but I want to be able to show it to people. So I just take these jokes I thought of on my own when everyone was busting balls or the things I wanted to say, and then I like bring it to the stage. And so I did stand up for years, and then like when I heard about Roast Battle, I was like, you know, I hung out in the back, and I was like, I got to see this. And I hung out in the back for a while before I wanted to. Before I was like, all right, I'm gonna see if I can get a battle. And then, but since then, I think, you know, I think it's like taking me back to those days when, you know, you can kind of like let out some of that pent out aggression, you know, but in a, you know, in a verbal way.
You don't do it very aggressively.
Well, I think there's like, I don't know. I mean, it's probably clear from the outside, but like, I feel like there's aggression subsumed into the jokes, and I write a lot of jokes.
His jokes really do pack a punch. Sometimes I'm just like, God. That's what makes me feel. I'm just like, there's the aggression's in his writing.
See, the thing is, it's not like loud. I never go volume. I go accuracy. Like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, you fucking faggot or whatever. But like, I'll have a joke that like I try to like needle someone's weak points and like really twist it around on them, you know?
Yeah, see,
serial killer comedy right there. That's terrifying. Go for accuracy.
Because we got so many characters that come through there that are bouncing around and having all of these weird intros and all kinds of shit. And I'm in there a lot. So I overlook you until you bodied Keith Carey. That was uncomfortable for me to watch. That was like...
Why uncomfortable?
Because I thought that Keith Carey was untouchable. I've never seen, to this day, anybody black and blue his eyes like that. He was done. As a matter of fact, Keith Carey was talking to me a month or so after that battle. And then I was like, and he said something about what we were talking about battles, and I mentioned your battle, and then like this look hit his face, like, no, it's not. I'm not talking about like that was the, you know what I mean? It's like when I watched Tyson lose. You know what I mean? It was like, what? You think that he could lose, but maybe get beat. But I mean, like, you fucked his shit up. And that was like, whoa. So I started paying attention. And now the more I'm paying attention, it's like, oh, man, I think it's safe to say you might be the most underrated battler.
I mean, that's absolutely true. I think even there's another guy who's sitting in this room right now who might have that title. But I think Toby, I've been missing him a lot lately. I'm just like, his resume is disgusting, the people he's beaten. I mean, people he's gone against, I think. And he's just such a silent killer. You know, you don't look at him like an Alex Hooper or a Joe Dosh or a Keith because they're so, you know, the bravado is such. But with Toby, it's just, you know, he's just the work is in the ring, and then you don't see it outside of the ring after that.
Keith, man, why him? Like, who challenged who? What were you thinking?
Keith, you know, that was on actually fairly short notice. I'd been like thinking about another battle, and then I think someone dropped out or something, and Keith was like, hey, you want to battle in 2 weeks or something like that? So it came together just kind of like that.
So do you think that Keith overlooked you? He underestimated you?
Maybe. I mean, we knew each other beforehand. You know what I mean? It wasn't like he'd never seen me battle before or something, but...
I never seen him take an L like that. I'm just trying to figure out.
Maybe he was.
Toby's hard to write for, man.
It's hard to write for? Oh, there we go. Like, give me some battle shit. Come on, guys.
He's got an insanely large target. And I'm not even saying that Toby went, really...
no pun intended.
Yeah. I don't think Toby was like, I'm just going to take all these things that, you know, all these things, obvious things about Keith. But Kobe's very... Toby. You're Kobe. Kobe Muresianu on that. All right, your battlers for the evening. These guys are proven vets, man. First guy I'm bringing to the stage from Boston. He's a 10-year comedy vet. Please make it loud for Toby Muresianu. Toby, what up? Woo! It's late, man. Everybody loves to go pay their meters and go home and feed their kids, but you said, fuck this, I'm staying at 1 o'clock to battle Keith Carey over here. Yeah. Now, why'd you say yes to this battle?
Well, I've been friends with Keith for a while. He's super nice. He's a great battler, and he might not be alive too much longer. So,
It's very true. It's very true. He's bisexual. He's overweight. He's got a tick that we don't know about too much. Make love for Keith Carey from Orange County. Keith Carey.
I don't get excited because I'm like, oh, you're an easy target. You know what I mean? Because like, I sort of think of it as kind of a writing challenge. But like, you still got to write, not only write like 10 final jokes, but you're probably writing like 100 jokes, about him, period, to sort that out. So you got to create those angles, and I think that some of those jokes end up being even better than the ones that are obvious that people are going to see coming. You know what I mean?
Hey! Now we're here.
That's all it took to make peace between the Jews and the Arabs?
Yeah, Mardi Gras beads. Outstanding. Now listen, I asked most of my battlers this before they come on stage, but Keith, you're bisexual, so would you let the wave smash?
Oh, for sure, yes.
No! Wave said no, all right.
Whatever.
Well, you're battling this bad motherfucker. Why this guy tonight?
Toby is one of the best writers in this whole show. He's one of my favorite people. I've always wanted to fight him, and yeah.
Well, fuck yeah. All right, there's 3 rules in the main event. First rule, nothing's off limits except for physical contact, so don't try to fuck him to death.
Tell me what to do.
All right. Second rule, original material only. We just talked about this guy's a great writer. This guy fucking rarely loses this thing. Third battle, at the end of every battle. I'm sorry, third rule, anyway. We hug at the end of every battle. I'm sorry, it's been a long night. Whatever. Round 1, tit for tat. 1 minute. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Shit. Oh, hungry, as always. Let's do this thing. Keith, Toby, let's roast.
Toby Muresianu is half Jewish and half Romanian, which makes him 100% a vampire.
Keith blinks all the time, which sucks because he missed the entire time his dad was there.
Woo! Damn!
That was really good.
I watched Frank set that chessboard up for 10 minutes.
Toby writes long recaps of presidential debates for his blog, which is a long way of saying he's never seen a boob.
Keith looks like an already fat person in a funhouse mirror.
If Jews control the media, Toby's in charge of the part with all the My Little Pony fan fiction.
What horrible things can I say about Keith Carey that haven't already been said by his doctor at his annual physical?
Yes! That's a battle! Why is there a hubcap? Okay, Kirk Fox, why don't you start it off?
Way to step on the punch.
What is this guy's name?
Toby.
Toby, I'm gonna definitely give you that round, but I gotta tell you something. You scare the fuck out of me. There's something about you. You are a great writer, but I predict in the future it will be from prison.
Christ.
That's all I gotta say. I'm a behavioral profiler on the side, and shit, you got someone buried without question, probably under your bunk bed.
Jesus. Thank you, Detective Fox. All right, Ty Rivera.
I'm not gonna clown this round. I think Toby just took it, and this round, yeah, Toby.
Yeah, not gonna clown this round. All right. Ian Carmel, what do you think?
I want to give it to Toby, but how can I go against my son? Where were you? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
You both.
Listen, you
Jesus,
disappointed
man.
me that round, but I think you're going to come back. I'm giving this one to Toby, but only so you have something to jump, to sort of.
You
got
kidding
it
me?
Next time. Toby took this one for sure.
Jump? Anyway, all right.
No.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Jeff Ross. It's a clean sweep for Toby here. What do you think?
I've never even been a big Freaks and Geeks fan till now.
Franco. Seth Rogen. I get it.
I was thinking more like Sam Levine and Jonah Hill, but that's fine.
Wait, who's Moses? The bank robber?
The bank robber.
Was that in Freaks and Geeks?
That was great, Keith. You won that. You were so funny, but I definitely think Toby had that round. That's my personal opinion. Keith, I feel like, honestly, I feel like if you slow down a little bit, you immediately go first, but you blurt out your first joke with no swagger at all. You have great jokes. Just, commit a little bit. Slow them down and commit to those words.
And Keith, as the round got better, you started hitting. So just remember that as you started catching your breath. So get your shit.
Well, Haiti also fucking force-fed cupcake in his mouth, so yeah.
It
He's
was
hurting
that
right now.
3 jumps at the beginning that got him winded.
And are you a bisexual? Is that your angle into life?
Is that your angle? What?
I mean, it's very optimistic. It's hopeful. Good luck. Good luck with either of them.
Kirkbox, everybody. Yeah, man, you've seen your mom get gangbanged. Nothing should scare you. Haters, anything?
I thought you were pointing at me like I was in the gangbang.
Were you?
I've been to a few. Hey, listen, I want to give you a shout out. I thought as a black man you did a hell of a show hosting a show with the word riot in it.
Bill Cosby is innocent.
That would have allegedly. All right.
Speaking of Bill Cosby deniers, Tony Hinchcliffe, any words of wisdom for these guys?
Deniers.
I just want to say that was an amazing first round. I watched Roots earlier today, and it was really cool to see a guy named Toby whip somebody else.
Damn right.
That's a great movie.
It's your favorite, right?
Oh, yeah. It's the best ending ever.
True
of any
story.
movie.
Also, it's a true story, so that makes it even more
A hell of a
exciting.
cliffhanger.
What?
Hey, haters, what did you think of Kanye tweeting that Bill Cosby was innocent today? Did you hear about that? Yeah.
Oh, no, I was too busy counting money.
All right, let's get to the second round.
See you guys do better in the back, you fools.
You don't have any vices? Like, do you do drugs at all? Have you smoked any weed ever?
Oh, yeah, I smoked weed.
All right, do you still?
Once in a while.
All right.
Such a white
cocaine.
thing
Have you done some cocaine?
I've done
I'm a
cocaine
cop.
before.
Just want to know these things.
Yeah.
All right, so you party a little bit.
Were you still mellow when you did cocaine?
What's that?
I said, were you like this when you did cocaine?
You know, I found
Still boring.
cocaine. I was boring, but faster.
Yeah. You got bored faster.
It's like a microprocessor. It actually becomes one.
I found cocaine to be the most overrated drug. I don't know if it just affects me.
Fuck you, cocaine.
He's roasting everybody.
I'll bet on cocaine right now.
I'm getting audio engineers. I'm getting real engineers. I'm getting software engineers. I'm getting cocaine. Hell yeah.
So, what would be a big reveal? Like, you got any kids you don't claim or some shit? Like,
no, I mean,
you stick marbles up your
I mean,
butt?
I got a shitty car, you know.
Oh, that's pretty big.
Does it say brown on the back of it?
I mean, no one's ever made fun of me for really political shit, which I'm always surprised by. You know, I feel like I shouldn't, because I know all of that I was gonna listen to this, but
Nobody listens to
people
us.
people don't really make fun of me for being a vegetarian. You know, I mean that's something. People have made jokes about that before, but not like great ones.
all right.
I don't think I could be wrong about
that's
that.
the heat, vegetarian, and
they get lettuce joke.
Nerdy, you know.
What'd you say, senor? What'd you say?
Nerdy, you know.
Oh.
Sexually, do you experiment sexually, or are you just straight white male? The enemy?
I'm a straight white male, yeah, the bad boy.
Yeah, this is the meat, Omid, all right? This is that real cow, that real sacred cow we're getting into right now.
People make fun of me for being a robot, you know, which, I think that's fair, you know.
Have you had a girlfriend?
I do at the moment, yeah.
You have the moment, okay.
Oh, really?
I haven't had it for previous
Hey, I
battles in
thought,
general,
did you date a black chick?
I have, yeah.
Is that the one you introduced?
Fuck yeah.
You're the one notorious dating black chick.
No, that's Dan Nolan.
That's Dan Nolan.
That's Dan Nolan.
Dan Nolan. His girlfriend just battled last week.
Yeah, no, him, but there's another
Ex-girl.
guy, too.
Oh, that's, that's Evan Cassidy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So,
really?
Yeah, Evan Cassidy's got a black girlfriend.
Yeah, because I play like Magic Stick for him or some shit like that. And I play like Mr. Lover Lover for you because I thought that you fucked a few black chicks.
Oh, I mean, I have.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I don't think people know that.
What is that?
Really?
He's so white about fucking black
You know
chicks.
what? A lot of black women are vegetarian now.
What?
Yeah. Have you noticed that? You don't notice that?
I don't talk to black girls.
Oh. I know Los Angeles.
Wow.
I mean, there's a big vegan. I don't know if it's a movement, but it's been going on since like the 90s. Since I've known about it. But
I know waffles are vegan.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, so let's talk about fucking the black chicks. Well, how did that happen? That's a hard feat.
He went to brown. He's boring and white. They love that shit.
They do?
My dad's gonna be so upset and proud.
You see it from. You just smell his good credit, all these other things.
I bet, man.
Yeah.
So who did you have to really work for it, or did you just have to beat her away?
Like,
in college?
No. So like, I'm trying to think. Like, there was one time when it was just like we just met at a bar. We started dancing, and there was one time when
dance
with a black girl. That's real dancing.
Yeah.
What kind of dancing?
A lot of alcohol was involved in this. That's
good.
On both sides.
I want to see Toby dance.
Yeah.
You can see me on. I'm in a video now. You can see me dance. There's something.
Plug this video.
My man is a Jamaican.
Jamaican.
My friend made this video, and she's like, "You can be an extra," and I was like, "Fuck it, I'll help a friend." You know, and then now I'm like dancing it in and shit.
You got,
but it's like it's on Funny or Die.
Okay.
You got that real shit. Like you could.
No, I'm not a good dancer. I'm not a good dancer. I am very white about dancing as well. But I'm willing to do it because I don't like doing comedy for 10 odd years. Like you lose any sense of shame. You know what I mean? Like,
God, yes.
So you're a horrible dancer?
I saw that this week.
I wouldn't say I'm horrible, but I'm not good, you know?
What's the song that gets you on the dance floor like, oh shit, I'm out there?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Creep.
Like Radiohead's Creep or TLC's Creep?
Radiohead.
30 seconds this round. They both get spit as many jokes as possible. End that a lot of time. Toby won the first round. So Keith, do you want to go first or defer to Toby? Toby, you ready?
Yep.
Are we ready? Mardi Gras, let's roast.
Keith runs a Nintendo-themed comedy show because he only has 8 bits. Keith has fucked up teeth. It's his body's last attempt to stop him from chewing. Keith's gonna be buried 6 feet underground, and his body or his belly a foot above it.
Toby, I feel like you have the only Jewish mother who wishes you would call less. Toby's never actually gotten a woman wet. He just bores their pussies to tears. Toby, why do I feel like your favorite food is chapstick?
Keep it going, round 2. All right. Let's start with Ian Carmel this time. What do you think about that round? Who you got?
You did me proud this time. I'm going with you, son. I'm going with you, son, this round.
A father's love you've never felt. Good job.
Yeah, I'm definitely going with Keith, even though I feel like I'm cheating on my diet just by looking at him.
I love this tie. Kirk, take it away.
This is definitely a good battle. Keith, you definitely did get this round. Toby, it's a tough room, man. You stumbled a little, and that'll come back to, it'll haunt you, and you'll think about it for the next 30 or 40 years when you're still in prison.
I feel like you already called the cops, Kirk. Jesus. Take it away. What you got, Luis?
You guys look like the number 10 battling each other. It's like diabetes versus leukemia. This is,
No! There.
I feel like I'm watching this at a hospital. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I got to give it to Toby. I'm sorry. Keith came back that round strong, and yeah, he won the second round, in my opinion.
Jeffrey.
I would like to see it go to a third round. Because they're both so funny.
Well, Keith did win that second round, so it's probably going to go to third round.
Because I feel like you guys are the type of guys that are strategic and would save your fucking home runs for the third round. Is there a possibility that this coming round could be the best round?
It's possible.
Any confidence? Keith, any confidence, Keith, or are you distracted by the bag of potatoes?
I mean, I was trying to get him. I was trying to sneak him away.
I get those if I win, right?
Bisexual, potato sexual, it'll all work.
Keith has a chance of scoring a home run because he always goes up to the plate, so it's perfect.
Oh! Hot that joke.
How white are you? Do you cuss?
Yeah, I cuss. I wouldn't even say cuss.
do you get in? Have you been in a fist fight?
In like the playgrounds.
Like 5 years old? Or
like 10. Like I had like 1 year where I was bullied.
Oh, you were bullied?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that bully shit.
Okay. I feel like most of this is like we got to get back to the battle, you know.
We'll get
but this
there.
is kind of the origins of the battle.
This is your.
This is like this is my origin story, you know, growing up on those mean streets of a Jewish suburb of Boston. You know, but like I feel like so I had all my group of friends and we all did goofy shit and watched funny movies. And then the next year, because we're all in the same classroom, and then the next year they like split us up and everyone was in a different class, and like everyone in my class hated on me because I was like the smart kid or whatever. So
you can say you were the good-looking kid.
Yeah,
the smart kid. Nobody beats the smart kid.
You'd be surprised.
That's true.
So like you know, I don't know. I just like they'd make fun of me and they'd like, you know, like put shit down my shirt or like, you know, push me around or just like not include me, and like everyone else in the class would be doing this activity and they were just like, I'm like shut out, you know what I mean?
Did you have a disc that they come after, like you had a belly or a nose or something?
You know, it was so long ago. I don't really remember. I think they just made fun of me for being a dork. Like, because like the teacher would be like, "Oh, Toby did so well," like trying to like open it, and I'm like, "Oh, don't," you know.
I got it. So your achievement made people feel insecure.
I think that was part of it. Yeah.
All right, I mess with that. I don't know if I would hurt you, but I would. I would try to befriend you.
Yeah.
I'd be like, "Hey, I need some help."
But I stuck up for myself. Like, you know, on the playground, I like. You know, they like set up. They made me fight some guy, and I just like went crazy on him.
Instead.
Oh, they made you fight some guy?
Yeah, it was kind of.
How did that go?
I think like we went 2 rounds. I think I won the first rounds, and then like.
Is that how white people fight?
There's a scorecard set up.
It was great. That's how white people fight.
Organized.
We gotta have organization.
It's orange slices in between rounds.
I feel it's so hard. I feel it's so hard to fight and be set up. Like you really got to be feeling it in the moment. I feel like
it's a very in the moment thing.
Right?
Yeah, it's a very in the moment thing fighting.
It was a culmination of a lot of stuff. What?
He's moving my car.
Okay.
Because he thought it was a good idea to park there, and I was like, it can't be. I've been in LA County for a while.
Yeah, there shouldn't be this much parking over here. Yeah, sorry. So you got your ass kicked?
No.
Okay.
I like kind of went crazy on the dude like the first round. 'Cause I also had an older brother, so we also fought. So
Right,
like, I knew a little bit, you know.
And Boston's a fighter town. You know what I mean?
I'm assuming.
Yeah, people fought. You know, I mean, we're in the suburbs. It was not like it was hard scrap.
Right,
you know,
right.
Southie or some shit like that. I'm not trying to rep
Were
that.
you on your feet the whole time, or did you take him to the ground?
So the first time I started like, he started running away and I was like chasing him and hitting him.
Oh, that's the best.
And like tearing at his shirt and stuff. And then they separated us. And then and then the next round he threw me to the ground. But then the bell rang, the lunch bell, because it was in the playground. Saved by the bell, you know?
Okay.
But like, you know, it was like, I think like because I'd like, you know, stuck up for my, like And then like I talked shit to like the guy who'd been like the main bully, but was like a small guy, and I like got in his face, and then he wouldn't fight me. So I felt like I kind of like earned some respect there.
What can you walk us through a battle prep? Like as far as like when you get the date book, like what are your steps?
When I get the date booked, as soon as like my first thing I do is I just go on my notebook and I start writing jokes. Try to like think of everything, every angle I can get, and try to write a bunch of jokes about that. And then I'll try to write like, you know, every day I have like a writing routine, and I'll do like maybe 15 minutes, half an hour on roast jokes, try to get like maybe 5 new jokes a day. And then like after I watch the battle, like every Tuesday I go in my car and I write. And really? You know, or I'll write like when I get it, like that's when I write best, is when it's refreshing my mind. You know, that mindset. So sometimes I'll have writer's block, you know, I'll be like, I can't think of any jokes, and then like I go to the battle, and then I go to my car and I start writing, and then they come, you know. Wow. But then like, so I write a bunch of jokes, and then about 2 weeks beforehand I'll start emailing them out to people, other battlers. And that's one thing I like about the roast battles. There's like a sense of community about it, you know, and like, thank you. Have a bunch of friends and send them the jokes, and then get kind of like a rough cut of like maybe these are the top 20, and then I start workshopping those on people like outside of shows, just like let me run some jokes by you, and then just sort of start to refine it, and then like a week, maybe 4 days beforehand, I'll start running them at a couple mics just to get the feel of them on stage and make sure I can remember them.
All right, this last round's the haymaker round. We're tied up. Who's going first, Jeff?
Hey, Ari, any encouragement into the last round, Ari?
He's Jewish, by the way, just so you know, Ari.
Yeah, I just want to say, Toby, you definitely won the first round, but Keith, to come back, you definitely showed you up like a lot of heart disease.
A lot of heart disease, he's saying.
No,
Anyway, Toby, you look like Anthony Jeselnik with leukemia.
This is the leukemia reference round. I like this.
Anyway, Wave, are you okay? All right, they got their own shit going on.
I think this next round will definitely be neck and neck, which is the only part that applies to them.
They're not hearing it. All right, listen, it's the last round. Who's going first, Jeff? You going with Keith or you going with Kunta?
I'll go with Kunta. He's a good actor.
That's Cuba, but whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Keith, you wanted to go first before. I think you should go first again. Go. All right.
Last round, Keith, Toby, let's roast.
Toby swore off meat, and now he only eats vegetables, mostly because they're the only women who don't say no.
Keith's gone to a lot of orgies, which is another way of saying Keith's prevented a lot of orgies.
It's a stampede! Toby does a lot of online dating. The last time a dude talked this much about Plenty of Fish, your ancestors nailed him to a fucking cross.
Keith's fat and I'm boring, but at least I'll be boring into my 40s.
Oh, the old sleeping bag gag.
Toby's a boring Jew with a lot of political opinions no one cares about. You should change your name to Kike Fuckabee.
Keith doesn't have a driver's license, so to get into bars, he has to smash through the walls when someone mentions Kool-Aid.
Toby, you look like the only pedophile that got friend-zoned by the kid.
Keith went to a glory hole. It combines his two favorite things, weird sex and drive-thrus.
That was an awesome battle. What's that fucking hubcap for? You gotta tell me. Yeah, whatever. All right. Great fight, guys. Great fucking fight. Let's start with Ty Rivera for this one.
Yeah, I come pretty much every week, and I always judge, so it's nice to do it officially.
Oh, don't we know it?
But I never thought I'd say this, but I think this one, like, I almost feel like we need a joke off, because I feel like it's been pretty even so far, and then this round wasn't easy to call, so I'd like to see a joke off, really.
That's one for a joke off. Caramel.
I mean, if everybody wants to see the joke off, I'm fine. After the fucking Kool-Aid joke, I thought it was done. I thought it was done after the fucking Kool-Aid joke, but I always want to see more jokes.
I mean,
right.
if we have
You can be your own person, though, Ian. You can pick a guy, or you can, be a lemming and go with fucking joke off. What do you want to do?
Oh, are we saying joke off or jerk off? What are we saying? I will say this, and I just want to speak for myself. This round was close. Toby did win this round.
Okay.
But a joke off might be exciting to see.
Okay.
But in my opinion, Toby pulled this round off.
All right.
I mean, it was close.
That's a vote.
Keith, you came on strong, but I think deep down inside, you do know that you lost. And when I say deep, you know what I'm talking about.
You're like the worst Jiminy Cricket, by the way. Such a bad self-conscious. Go ahead, Ian.
Yeah, I gotta go. It was fucking Toby. After the Kool-Aid joke, I thought finish him across the screen in blood. It was counting down. It was over after that, man.
See, I like that. Decisive. All right. Luis.
Super close. Neck and no neck, some would say. Yeah, man, I gotta get that Kool-Aid joke was the best joke of the night, and yeah, Toby fucking killed it.
We brought it back to the schoolyard with the Kool-Aid joke. What do you think, Jeffrey?
This was a really fun main event. I love how this went down. Toby, you're like a fucking little pipsqueak with a big fucking mouth. It's really fun to watch.
It's fun to be up here.
Keith, I'm not sure what you are, but you're awesome. I love watching you, Keith. I hope you keep coming back. Congratulations, guys.
That's official, everybody. Your winner of the main card, Toby Muresianu. Hug each other. Hug each other. It was too much fun. Thank you, Keith. Thank you, Toby. Love you guys. Thank you, Ian Carmel. Thank you, Ty. Always. And Kirk Fox, as always. Bad motherfucker. Luis, I'll see you this week. House Haters, Jay Light, Coach T. Check out Speed Weed for your weed. Check out Verbal Violence, the podcast. We'll see you guys next week. White Power. Anything you want to plug?
Yeah, my podcast on Unsafe Space. You can find it on iTunes or at Unsafe Space Show on all the social media. And we have a live show monthly in LA, so come by in person or just listen to it. It's it's political and funny, and you'll enjoy it.
Sweet. Twitter handle, anything social media wise?
At Toby Muresianu.
Spell it.
TOBYMURESIANU. Or you can just look at the description for this podcast. Hopefully it will be spelled correctly. Or TobyTheComic.com is my website.
Oh, there you go.
And you can find all the links on there.
Awesome.
All right.
Franklin?
Yeah, Frank C. Comedy.
How was your weekend, Frank?
Oh, it was great.
With Bobby Lee.
It was fantastic. I saw a lot of penis, so it was great. No, it was a lot of fun. I got to open up, and it felt good because it was like I eat shit all the time at the store. So when I was going up in front of like a real big crowd, I was just like, oh yeah, man, I just want to make these fucking people laugh, and I did. It was great. And a lot of fun. A lot of Mexicans too, which is great.
Yeah, it's always good for you.
This big Mexican guy came up to me and was like, you're making us proud. And I was like, oh, thank you.
Oh, that's sweet.
Oh, is that the president of Mexican people?
No, I don't know, but he was all fucking
He's
big
the
and
rep?
tattooed and shit. And I was like,
You're
thanks,
making us
man.
proud.
Yeah, I was like, thanks, bro.
Get us across the border.
Yeah.
It would be different if like a white guy was like, "You're making us proud."
Right? Yeah,
That's
you guys
so-
are the majority.
Yeah, I'd feel so
minorities. Yeah, we feel a specific way about each other.
Go to verbalviolence.tv. The numbers are fucking crazy, and we really appreciate everything. Continue to like, share, and do all of that shit.
You're so happy lately.
That's it. Are you being serious?
I mean, I'm being slightly sarcastic, but yeah, you seem so happy lately. The numbers are better. Thank you, Joe Rogan, for shouting us out.
Yeah, thank you, Joe.
That helps. The numbers are nuts. That's why. I don't understand why they're so good. Because we're not anywhere else. That's the thing that's crazy. So I really appreciate the effort to listen to it.
Yeah, thanks, Death Squad, for putting us out. Every other month, whenever you decide to, Red Band, and then
for you guys that don't understand, to get the most updated version of the show, go to verbalviolence.tv. That's why we say that. If you're an iTunes user, it will get there eventually. But if you really need that heat, that product that we put out, go to verbalviolence.tv.
That good shit.
I want to thank people in Tulsa, Oklahoma, for coming out. If you're a Verbal Violence listener, seeing us at seeing myself at the Comedy Festival, Kaboo last weekend in San Diego. If you're a fan of the podcast, what we do in Roast Battle. And just thank you, people, for listening. Keep listening and tell a friend. It's the best podcast nobody's listening to. Thank you, Coach T. Thank you, Toby. Fuck you, Frank and Omid.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
Shorty get down, good lord. Baby got 'em open all over town. Strictly bitch, you don't play around. Cover much ground, got game by the pound. Getting paid is a forte, each and every day. True play away. I can't get her out of my mind. Think about the girl all the time. East side to the west side, pushing back rides, it's no surprise. She got tricks in the stash, stacking up the cash, fast when it comes to the gas. By no means average.